Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of your faithful trip. It started in the firmament, and then we all got tricked. Life was great when we were young, with all the things we believed. Then it all got hard, unbearable, and we know we're being deceived. Forgotten, ignored, secret, and hidden. Topics that talk about how water is knowledge. Now drink from the fountain. Let's pour some on you now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Plain Mundane Show. This is Alex. Today we're going to talk about Joseph John Campbell. All right, Joseph John Campbell wrote and invented what we call the monomyth. Have you ever heard of the journey of the fool? Like the fool in the tarot cards? Or the hero's journey is what he came up with. And basically it's what most or all movies are about, or books. So we're going to talk about it real quick in this short video, and we're going to see who he was, what he came up with, and what are 10 of the steps of the hero's journey. Okay, first let's look at Joseph John Campbell. He was born March 26, 1904, died October 30th, 1987. He had a long life. He was an American professor of literature at Sarah Lawrence College who worked in comparative mythology and comparative religion. His work covers many aspects of the human experience. Campbell's most well-known work is his book, The Hero with a Thousand Faces, 1949, in which he discusses his theory of the journey of the archetypal hero shared by world mythologies, termed the monomyth. Since the publication of The Hero with a Thousand Faces, Campbell's theory has been applied by a wide variety of modern writers and artists. His philosophy has been summarized by his own often repeated phrase, "Follow your bliss." He gained recognition in Hollywood when George Lucas credited Campbell's work as influencing his Star Wars saga. All right, now what we're going to look at as we read these steps is we're going to see how you apply this to your life and how it really reflects how you live your life. You can call it programming that comes from a university professor and is propagated all over people all over the planet through Hollywood. But if it be true, this is the journey that we take. And like Campbell said, follow your bliss, you know. So let's go over and look at the steps. All right. First, there are 3 stages he described. Stage 1 is the departure. Okay. Now, in the departure, Campbell called the initial stage departure, or the call to adventure. The hero departs from the world he knows. Luke Skywalker leaves his home planet to join Obi-Wan to save the princess. Neo gets unplugged from the Matrix with the help of Morpheus and his crew. In the departure stage, you leave the safety of the world you know and enter the unknown. Campbell writes of this stage in The Hero with a Thousand Faces, which I haven't read, which maybe I should. This first step of the mythological journey, which we have designated the call to adventure, signifies that destiny has summoned the hero and transferred his spiritual center of gravity from within the pale of his society to a zone unknown. Stage 2, initiation. Now the hero must face a series of trials and tribulations. The hero's journey isn't safe. The hero is tested in battle, skill, and conflict. The hero may not succeed in each action, but must press on. The hero will meet allies, enemies, and mentors with supernatural aid throughout the initiation stage. The return. Having endured the trials and hardships of the adventure, the hero returns home. But the hero is no longer the same. An internal transformation has taken place through the maturation process of the experience. Luke is now a Jedi and has come back to peace with his past. Neo embraces his destiny and liberates himself from the conventions of the Matrix. All right. Hero's journey and drama. Some of you may have seen this drawing here. This is a diagram of the hero's journey. There's the call to adventure, supernatural aid, the threshold, the beginning of transformation, the helper, sidekick. Even, what am I thinking of? Shrek and the donkey. Then there's a mentor. That would be Obi-Wan in Star Wars, or Morpheus. You know, then you have challenges, temptations, another helper. Then you have an abyss, a death or rebirth. You know, you have just the worst thing happens. Then transformation, atonement, which means becoming at one mind, literally. And return, a gift of the goddess. Don't know why they call it that, but all right, let's look at the steps. Campbell didn't just outline 3 stages of the monolith. In The Hero with 1,000 Faces, he deconstructs every step along the journey. All right, step 1, the ordinary world. Before a would-be hero can enter the special world, he must first live in the ordinary world. The ordinary world is different for each of us. It represents our norms, customs, conditioned beliefs, and behaviors. The ordinary world is the Shire where a Bilbo Baggins lives with all the other hobbits. Gardening, eating, and celebrating, living a simple life. Novelist J.R.R. Tolkien contrasts this life in the Shire with the special world of wizards, warriors, men, elves, dwarfs, and evil forces on the brink of a world war. Step 2, the call to adventure. The call to adventure marks a transition from the ordinary world to the special world. The hero is introduced to his guest of great consequence. Fear of change as well as death, however, often lead the hero to refuse the call to adventure. The ordinary world represents our comfort zone. The special world signifies the unknown. The hero resists change initially, but is ultimately forced to make a critical decision. Embark on the adventure or forever remain in the ordinary world with its illusion of security. This defining moment helps the hero to... Now remember, guys, this applies to your life, and these are things that you also are going through and decisions that you're making. Have you accepted your hero's journey, or are you putting it off, or have you not accepted it? Step 3, cross the first threshold. In one sense, this is the point of no return. Once the hero shoots across the unstable suspension bridge, it bursts into flames. No going back, I guess. There's no turning back, at least not the way in which he came. The first threshold marks the major decision. I'm going to travel around the globe. I'm going to transform my physical health. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to master the flute. I'm going to realize my true nature. This first breakthrough is a feat within itself. However, it is but the first of many turning points. Step 4, trials, friends, and foes. Along the hero's journey, the main character encounters many obstacles. Some people may try to stop you along your quest, possibly saying you're unreasonable or unrealistic. These dream stoppers, usually family and your best friends, are often cleverly masked as the friends and family who appear to have positive intentions but hinder your development nonetheless. Your ability to identify obstructions in your path and align with supporters along your adventure is critical to your mission's success. Because few people complete their hero's journey to mature adulthood, most people will unconsciously attempt to sabotage yours. How true. Step 5, magical mentor, or the mentor with supernatural aid. Generally, at an early stage of the adventure, the hero is graced by the presence of a wise sage. Personified in stories as a magical counselor, a reclusive hermit, or a wise leader. The mentor's role is to help guide you. Think Obi-Wan, Yoda, Gandalf, Morpheus, or Dumbledore. Sometimes cloaked in mystery and secret language, a mentor manifests when the hero is ready. But our modern world is depleted of wise elders or shamans who can effectively bless the younger generation. See King, Warrior, Magician, Lover for a full treatment on this important topic. For most of us, it is best to seek wise counsel from your inner guide, the higher self within. I like that. I've found that. Step 6, Dragon's Lair. The next significant threshold is often more treacherous than the first. Entering the villain's castle or the evil billionaire's mansion, this second major decision usually puts the hero at significant physical and psychological risks. Within the walls of the innermost cave lies the cornerstone of the special world where the hero closes in on his objective. For a man, the innermost cave represents the mother complex, a regressive part of him that seeks to return to the safety of the mother. When a man seeks safety and comfort, when he demands pampering, it means he's engulfed within the innermost cave. Do you know any pampered guys that are in their innermost cave? I know a few. Step 7, moment of despair. No worthwhile adventure is easy. There are many perils on the path to growth, discovery, and self-realization. A major obstacle confronts the hero, and the future begins to look dim, a trap, a mental imprisonment, or imminent defeat on the battlefield. It seems like the adventure will come to a sad conclusion, as all hope appears lost. But hope remains as it is in these moments of despair when the hero must access a hidden part of himself. One more micron of energy, strength, faith, or creativity to find his way out of the belly of the beast. The hero must call on an inner power he doesn't know he possesses. Step 8, the ultimate treasure. Having defeated the enemy and slain the dragon, the hero receives the prize. Pulling the metaphorical sword from the stone, the hero achieves the objective he set out to complete. Whether the reward is monetary, physical, romantic, or spiritual, the hero transforms. And often the prize the hero initially sought becomes secondary as a result of personal transformation he undergoes. Perhaps the original quest was financially driven, but now the hero takes greater satisfaction in serving others in need. The real change is always internal. Step 9, homeward bound. Alas, the adventure isn't over yet. Now the hero must return to the world from which he came with the sacred elixir. Challenges still lie ahead in the form of villains, roadblocks, and inner demons. The hero must deal with whatever issues were left unresolved at this stage of the journey. Taking moral inventory, examining the shadow, and performing constant self-inquiry help the hero identify weaknesses that will later play against him. Step 10, rebirth and the champion's return. Before returning home, before the adventure is over, there's often one more unsuspected, unforeseen ordeal. This final threshold, which may be more difficult than the prior moment of despair, provides one last test to solidify the growth of the hero. In this final stage, the hero can become master of both worlds with the freedom to live and grow, impacting all of humanity. Returning with the prize, the hero's experience of reality is different. He's no longer an innocent child or adolescent seeking excitement or adventure. Comfortable in his own skin, he has evolved and is now capable of handling demands and challenges. Where are you on your hero's journey? More importantly, do you see how these steps are unfolding in your life? Although each of our tales is unique, they do have common threads, elements of this universal structure that we all share. And if you return from the moment of despair, from inside the dragon's lair, without the reward or lesson, you will undoubtedly be presented with a similar adventure repeated ad infinitum until either the lesson is learned or you give up. In the beginning, the hero's journey is about achievement. Whether you're trying to build a successful business, raise a family, write a screenplay, travel to a distant land, or produce a work of art, these all represent external achievements that often launch us into our hero's journey. But through the course of this external quest, if we become more conscious, the journey transitions to an emphasis on internal growth that leads to transformation. The primary ingredient in every hero's journey, compelling stories and real life, come down to one thing: problems. The protagonist, that's you, faces a problem and tries to overcome it. Problems represent the essence of drama and the key to good storytelling. Without problems, without troubles and tensions, there's no story and nothing to engage us. The hero must face his problems, surmount his fears, resolve his tensions, or fail. The same is true for our development. Without problems and tensions, there can be no growth. Psychological development is the process of overcoming setbacks, limitations, and conditioned behavior to reach maturity. The Hobbit. All right, did you like that, folks? Where are you in your hero's journey? Have you embarked on a journey that changed your life? I think a lot of you, if you found my channel and you've listened to a lot of my forgotten, ignored, secret, and hidden topics, it's all about the hero's journey. Everything that has brought you to becoming more aware, expanding your consciousness, and as people say, waking up, it's what we're all going through. And it's going across the world, worldwide. We're in a new dispensation. We're in a you know, Pisces is over. After December 21st of 2012, we ended the last Mayan Baktun, and at the same time, we ended in the precession of the equinox, the sign of Pisces. You know what that means? Basically, is the Sphinx in Egypt looks to the east, and when you're at the Sphinx, and it was obviously built during Leo because it's a lion. Whatever constellation is behind the sun when it rises in the east in the morning is the sign that you're in. So right now, if you were to be able to see the constellation behind the sun when it rises in the morning, it's Aquarius now. And that is actually backwards or counterclockwise, I believe, on the astrology wheel. That's why it's called the precession, because it's going in the opposite direction. But that's all that means, is it's the constellation of luminaries that are behind the sun for usually 2,150 years is about the length. What is the solar year? Is 26,000 years. And so 1/12 of that goes through each of those signs or constellations. So it is directly tied to constellations that are in what I call the luminaries, which are much closer than what scientists tell us they are. So anyway, thank you for coming to Plain Mundane Show. Please hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell, and just wait until I post another video. Thank you.